That would be me. That would be me. Hang on. Is this right? Yeah, we do it something like this. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. I've just devoured a bowl of cereal faster than I have since it was like 8th grade and I was late for the bus. Okay, alright, let's see here. Hi, everybody. Morning, guys. Or afternoon or evening. What do you want? Yeah. Howdy. Good morning. We're cozy today. Yeah. I was wondering, do you think that I need to moisturize this Brutosaur? I've had him for like a few years. And I was looking at him this morning while I was sitting on him. And I think the poor guy's looking a little dry. You know, he's suited for a more humid climate. Zandalar is pretty rainy, pretty tropical, lots of water. I think he might be a little crusty. He deserves a spa day. He's just molting. It would take so much moisturizer because he's a very big dinosaur. I think they're self-moisturizing. Have you watered your Brutosaur today? You're right. You know what? I'm going to take him for a walk. I'm tempted to remove the vendors. You know what? I will. You know, he doesn't need to carry those guys today. We can leave them behind. And let's see here. Will this do? Yeah, something like that. That's what mud baths are for. Hello. Running for world boss mounts this morning. Fingers crossed. Good luck, honey bun. I hope Brutosaurs will be allowed to dragon run. As though, like, they get onto the back of the dragon and then the dragon goes... I hope so, too. This is the activity of a woman that doesn't actually really need to restock her auctions because she's got plenty of them. I posted my, I had some silver quality power potions and I put them up at, the price had fallen so much on them that I put them up at the second price because I thought there's no way they're going to stay that low. I'm just going to wait that out. Let's see. Yeah, that is a fat loss no matter how you calculate it. So we're not going to make any more of those. I need 2 more aspects crest today, but I don't know if I need to do it on stream. I want to play my hunter today. Although I do want to show you my evoker. Good morning. I gave her a haircut's not quite the right word. I gave her a hairstyle last night. I was looking at her and I was looking at her mogs and I was thinking, I feel like I wanted her to have some short hair for a bit. So I went back to the drawing board. She used to have green hair and I've changed my mind. She now has the pink pixie cut with a little extra pink in her bangs and I'm pretty happy with that. So if you ever see her and you're like, her head's been dipped in raspberry jelly, you're not far off. Okay, do I need to do anything on this character today? I'm a little bit adrift without snailies. Also, I quite like this mog. I'm a little bit adrift without my snailies. I was doing them not diligently, but you know, more or less every day for a while. And now, I don't have to, there's nothing I have to do every day. I do my weekly stuff. And then that's like kind of it. What am I sitting at with keys so far this week? I've done 5 keys. So I'm imagining that there will be at least one more session this weekend or like Monday where we crank out a couple more. So maybe that'll give me my aspect crest. I just want to be able to make an enchanted aspect crest for crafting to upgrade 1 piece for next week with the spark. And then I can probably use my worm crest as well. It was 1 shiny evoker. I got this, I won this staff. It's the Agi staff from Aberrus, and I won it in a Mog roll in the raid. So I figured I actually looked at it, I'm like, okay, that's actually really sick. So I figured I'd use it, you know, while I had still recently acquired it. Kitty, do you want to come sit with me? Yeah? Hi, good morning. I have a snap problem. This shirt, I like it very much. I thrifted it at some point in my life. Not that long ago. Half a year maybe. And it's got snaps instead of buttons, which is all good by me. And they all work real good except for this one, I guess, has seen a lot of use in its life, and it doesn't really grip its little snappy anymore. And I don't know how I would make it want to hold on. I don't know how you fix an aging snap. I mean, I suppose you could like tear it out and replace it, but it's really, you know, jammed in there. A tailor to replace it. I was hoping for something more DIY that wouldn't cost me more than I'd spent thrifting the shirt. Season more about rounding out my 3 tunes, which will give me time to work on my prot. Miss Kira. Want to upgrade one piece? What chapter? Velcro? I was thinking like some really tiny pliers just to make the little grippy bit grip it more. But I don't have tiny pliers, and that also probably costs more than I spent thrifting the shirt, so this is all a little bit academic. I want to do something comfy while I drink my coffee. Usually I craft things. What else can I do that doesn't take a lot of hands? Well, I can craft. Let's go find something to craft, I suppose. Did I get the cracked gem drop yet? No. We've only killed Sarkareth once since it had a chance, and it was on normal, and nobody got it. Ruster feather? Hey, it's Ruster feather. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I was thinking I probably could stand here. We'll do a quick auction house scan. I could probably stand to restock, not like the big ones, because I'm currently selling. Oh, I sold some stuff. I still have a couple hundred tepid verses. I have loads of potions of power. Those are fine. I have some Draconis and Convergent. I'm thinking, if it's profitable, I'm thinking like Shocking Disclosure, maybe some like health pods. Take a look at it. Rooster is a better name. A betterer name. Main Evo 2 didn't get it. Probably solo KR and Underrot. I need hands for that though. I want something that I can do completely hands-free so that I can have coffee, pet cat, catch up. Hi, good morning. You're extra cute today. You're always cute, but look at this. Hi. Oh, don't spill the coffee. Hi. Talking to me. You could never spill my coffee. Yeah. Reminds me of my childhood cat, Tippy. Every once in a while, I'll see a brown tabby like her when I'm out in the world, and I'll be like, Kira, how'd you get out here? Why are you not at home? And then I'll realize it's not my cat, but it looks like my cat. Oh yeah, I was gonna see. What are we talking about for this? That is not enough of a margin to make me feel good things, so we're gonna skip that. I can make a batch of these? Yeah, I'm out of those. We can make some of those. What else is good? Yeah, we can make some of those too. So let's just get some Rousing Frost and Air. Oh, auction house, you okay? How many are we saying? Like 500 of each? These are small beans kind of crafts. They're not a big deal. I'm not gonna make like tens of thousands of gold off this, but you know, we might make thousands of gold off this. We might make 1,000 gold off this. I could just go do 2 dragon races and make just as much. But that's yeah. Ren TTV, thank you for the 25-month resub. Appreciate it. Wanted to go for her own walk. Can I do this scenario in a different character since Una is technically a pet? Oh, the waste of time thing. I don't know. I never did waste of time. I did the other bits. I don't know. It's a good question. Okay. And we've got crafted. So we're going to send off some of those. DPS queue for solo shuffle and then leave the queue when you're done being hands-free. This works good for me. I like this. I'm happy with this. Are you happy, kitty? Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Your corner got a makeover, plus you've adopted a new dresser drawer as your bed, so you're living. And I gave you a whole ice cube yesterday. Although every time I give her one, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell what the appeal of it is. It's like part toy, part treat, except that it's just an ice cube. A whole ice cube. I know, right? How's life today? Hi, Hazel and chat. Not so bad. Not so bad. I'm a little off like a normal human schedule, but I'm getting closer to being in a normal human range. Can I help you? I had one day where I like had cherry pie and ice cream for dinner at 8:30 in the evening. And then I stayed up until like 3. And then the following day, I like couldn't find any food that sounded good because I guess my body was still running off of cherry pie and ice cream. And tried to sleep to catch up on the terrible night of sleep, and then I couldn't do it. And then yeah, no, I don't know. Not quite myself. It's an amazing dinner. It was it was delicious. I finished the cherry pie is the good news. I did not have to compost any of the baking. All of it made its way into somebody or another. Normal humal schedules. Humorous. Humors. You know, some black bile and some yellow bile. I think it's the crunch for her, though. Well, she doesn't, for your dog, yeah. I was thinking my kitty she can't really crunch it. She doesn't have so many teeth and it doesn't fit in her mouth. But, yeah, I guess I have seen dogs like them, like just crunching on him. This one wants to basically slide it around with her paw on the floor, lick the top of the ice cube, and then ravenously lick up the pool of melt water that the ice cube trails behind it. She finds the whole thing to be great fun. You'll feel it the next day. Maybe she's fascinated by thermodynamics. Kitty, are you a researcher? I often feel as though there is genuinely either a human or some kind of soul and intelligence that is just as smart as any human embedded in this cat, and that she is sometimes kind of sick of having to be a cat because, you know, she doesn't get to do things like research or brunch. You want brunch? I'd make you brunch. Hello, Hazel enjoys. So, after this, and I suppose we should carry on with the coffee. After this, what I'm thinking of doing is, characteristically for me, very inefficient. If I would just wait, if I could just hold on to my horses and zip my biscuits and put them in the freezer, I could have access to the 50% Winds of Sanctuary buff that's going to be happening mid-June to early July. So if anyone comes in later and they're like, Hazel, you should wait for the experience buff. She knows. I do know. But I want to level my hunter. And she's level 67, so she only has 3 levels left. I don't know what I want to do with her at endgame. I have this idea that I want to do some DPS, but in what capacity, I'm really unclear. I don't know if I want to do dungeons, if I want to do raid. I don't think I want a PvP, but maybe. If I just want to do outside stuff and see how much item level I can get off of just like collecting, you know, odd champion pieces and mostly like veteran armor. I want to see what the flight stone. I want to play a character that needs to use Whelpling and Drake Crest, I guess, because I'm stacking them up on my main, and it's bumming me out that they're just sitting there, not doing. I mean, I could vendor them. I really think that my main has no use at all for Whelpling and Drake Crest because she has better gear in every slot, so there's no need for them. They would never be required, and they're not account bound or anything. But I want to play a character that's gonna get those and then be like, yeah, you know, woo. XP buff is coming too late for me, so I get it. Wait, my biscuit sounds better. Just level it if it's what you want to do. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going. I think that's where I'm going with this. I've been leveling in this energy of trying my best to keep my horse blinders on, in that I've found myself when trying to level in the Dragon Isles recently to get really easily distracted, more so than usual. and then overwhelmed to a point where I don't want to level it anymore because I just get too confused by too many things to do. So to counter that on this hunter, I've been trying to just keep one quest tracked in my log, or like one like little set of quests at any given time, and not give any care or thought as to if which quest it is, if there's a better quest. Nothing. Just doing something, and then I'm picking herbs and mining ore, but I'm not like doing that to the exclusion of the quest. And that's been going well. That's been working. That's been doing okay. Love having too many things to do is the current state of WoW. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm interested to see what it feels like when I first get this character to 70, because I can give her 385 epic primalist gear, but I'd want to get her into like that explorer gear that could be upgraded. And then I'm sure she's going to get stuff from like world quests and then like the Huruk dungeon thing, and then like I guess I take her into the Zerlek caverns in like Loam and find out. I'm sure there's stuff that she can get there. Like she could actually do the Firak assaults, the Frank assaults, and get something out of them, you'd think. Whelpling Crest should be account bound. Faster but more expensive way to get a character ready for normals. Forbidden Reach gear was a godsend. All my alts are 385, which is plenty good enough. That's how I was feeling in regards to getting my alt set up for mount runs. It's 385 is like a nice comfy number for Nighthold, and that's pretty much what I wanted. Frank Assault's really not too bad. I found them to be the one. I went and did them twice. The first time I was utterly confused, figured out nothing. The second time I was just kind of frustrated because it seemed like it was very much you farm 5 of these to make this, and then you need 5 of those to make that, and then you need 5 of those to make that. But you could get the later parts to drop when other people summoned the later bosses. So you could be done with all of the end parts, but then you'd still need like 25 of the baby things in order to finish your quest. And that just seemed stupid. It just seemed like it was asking a lot, and it was a little wonky because you were going in both directions at once, I guess. Yeah? Maybe too much to let you upgrade, Chris. Would be cool for my alts. I'm glad that you can at least downgrade them. I haven't done it yet. I haven't been brave enough to break an Aspect Crest into Worm Crest, but I know it's an option that some of my guildies have ended up using, especially if they're just, they don't really want to run 11 to 15s anymore. Kill the end guy more than once? Yeah. It just felt unintuitive and confusing. It just made me cranky. I just don't think it's my cup of tea. I say drinking, not tea. Yeah, this is enough crafting for now. I'll make more later. Let's just post most of that up, and then we'll take a look at this hunter that I want to play today. 1150 of those, about 8k worth of those, and then 26k worth of that. That's not so bad. That's not so bad at all. Did I sell all of my, I did sell all my Tepid Versa. Are Tepid Versa profitable is the second question. I almost got out of here. Tepid Versa. Yeah, okay. Let's not make 1,000 of them because that'll take too long, but we could do like a little batch. What's my excuse? No excuse. I think I might delete these Diablo crests. I kind of hate them. Anyone else with me? I know that they're giving me a not insubstantial bonus in the outside world while the event is active. And sometimes I do things in the outside world. I think I just don't care. I don't think that those things are going to be the difference between me living or dying, doing anything. And I think they're just clogging up my bags. I think I just don't like them. Pretty annoying thinking about deleting them too. The only thing that I think would stop me from deleting them is that it seems that they are unique equipped, and I feel like it won't drop me a dupe on the same character as long as I'm holding one. So as long as I have like a batch of them in my bags, or maybe even my bank, I don't know, then I feel like I can kill the goblins and not just keep picking up more of them that I would keep having to delete. That's the only, I don't know if that's true. Maybe you can get dupes that you just don't get to use. I doubt it. But that's kind of where I'm at with those. Did you get all the things you wanted from the gobbo? More or less. I should kill it at least once. I think I will. Here, we'll craft for a couple minutes and then head to the Waking Shores and then do at least one gobbo kill in the day, because I really would like to get a Herodric Haversack, the bag, not the backpack model. I have the backpack model, but like the 36 slot bag on my evoker, because she's using she's got 3 32s and a 34, so it would be an extra 4 whole bag slots. You know, that would carry 2/3 of my Diablo charms. Cross game promotions feel kind of icky. Yeah, I do prefer when they're. I like the WoW anniversaries much better because it's a little bit more. I don't know. It's fine. Agmenis, thank you for the brandy sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Got the bag. First goblin kill. Man. Oh, maybe this next one is my one. Maybe that'll be the thing. It'll be good. If I spent the bag, I have a bag of my alt too now. Oh, nice. I have yet to. I mean, I guess I haven't been doing. I don't think I've been doing as many. I don't think I've been doing as many goblins as you guys. I think I've been doing. I did a fair number of them on the first day, especially when they were kind of wonky in the first day and they kept spawning in Veldraken. But after that, I've done maybe like 3 to 5 a day, with 3 being closer to the truth. So I can't complain too much about not having everything under the sun. Mount, hood, cloak, so first kill. Felt nice. 3 bags yesterday, but none before that. Been doing it way too much. Enjoy the event, but hope they don't do it too often. It's so distracting for me. Yeah, having another one, half an hour with the wind-up time for the portal and everything, it seems like just the right amount of time to kind of keep you always being not too far from the next one. Because by the time that you actually finish waiting for the mob to spawn and then killing the goblin and then getting your stuff, you're only like 20 and a bit minutes away from the next one. It seems like it's pretty easy to just kind of hang out and chain them. Looting them is diminishing returns anyways. Only for the mount and the bag. Everything else has equal chances to drop, unless they've changed it in the last day. They put out a blue post specifically iterating that you have a somewhat better chance. Significantly higher, I think, was the verbiage of getting the mount and the bag on your first kill per account, but everything else is the same throughout. And you can get the bags and the mount on subsequent kills. It's just not as likely as your first kill. Perfect timing to watch seasons of shows while you farm. I don't know if you can get the mount twice. If you did, it would just be a thing to hold in your bag. And it would basically be a -1 bag slot unless you wanted to delete it. Stick it in your bank or something. You certainly couldn't use it. I haven't seen one, but I already had it. Goblin spawns won't let me do Mythic Plus until I get everything from them. Still need the bag on my raid main and the legs. Otherwise, I have everything now. The legs. Oh, the Wirt's legs. For a second, I'm like, legs? Pants? Oh, I see what you mean. I am going to check. I am curious. I figured I would monitor the prices of Wirt's legs because I betcha they're going to keep trending down. Sounds true. Let's do 680 of those. Because those are actually sellable. So yeah, they're down to 30k for the offhand, and then the main hand, which I think has half the drop rate because it has pretty consistently remained at half the stock of the other two, if not a little less. Maybe just lots of people want the two-handed version of it, but that one's price. It's below the million where it started at, but it is definitely not. Anyways, let's go to the Waking Shores and kill a goblin, shall we? I need to get into my damage spec. Still wondering who Wirt is. I was assuming that Wirt would be somebody in Diablo. that was my best guess, but maybe it's a mystery. I did in fact just fail to hit my dragon riding mount keybutton twice, and then I just used Soar instead because at least I remembered what button that was. A vendor that sells very expensive items, you had to pay to even look at his inventory. Oh! Hoarded golden gem in his fake leg. Whoa. Alright. Where are we heading to here? Gotta actually enter the zone properly first. I really like soaring. I kind of wish that in the Dragon Isles you could do it within a cooldown. I don't even need it to be as many vigor as my dragon riding. Although it would be nice. It just feels cool as a dragon. It's like one of the coolest things that you can do. To just use your own wings and get somewhere. Other servers seem a lot cheaper. Well, maybe I'll I think that the price should continue to fall because it seems like the stock is going up faster than people are buying them. I think a lot of people that might buy them are still holding out on seeing it drop for themselves. That's kind of a cool looking Dracthyr. That looks good. Let's find ourselves a nice place to sit. Puts me off playing the Dracthyr that you can't just dragon ride normally without using a mount. And it's like there, it's just... I wonder why. I get maybe early expansion them wanting Dracthyr characters to feel like they could still get excited about the dragon riding mounts because those were very customizable and like a big deal. And you know how sometimes on a druid you feel like you don't really need a flying mount? Like sometimes on my druid I feel a bit disconnected from my flying mounts because I don't really need them because I can just flight form. I figured maybe they were worried that Dracthyr would not form a connection with their dragon riding mounts if they didn't need them. But I like my dragons now, let me fly. And that's just a theory, I don't know, I'm just making that up. But, it seems like the kind of thing that they might throw us a bone for. They've been in the habit of throwing us bones lately. What's the harm it could do? What's the worst thing that could happen if they let Dracthyr just dragon ride wherever the dragon riding mounts could be? What's the problem with it? I guess currently, right now, Dracthyr can also soar in places where dragon riding mounts cannot be used, like the old world. But they're gonna let you dragon ride there in a future patch later anyways. Maybe not 10.15, but like eventually. So maybe when they do that, they'll just let me fly. I mean, that would go big steps towards me enjoying my Dracthyr more. Would be if they would just let me fly. I'd still have to be a lizard, but Mechagun mounts thorn in my side too. Got Love Rocket in the first attempt last year on try 800 for Rust Feather as of today. Oh. Wondering if the legs would drop for a tune that can't equip them. I'm hoping so because they are BOE. I'm hoping they can just drop for anybody. I don't know that for a fact though. Contempt for the Lizard original? I never said it was original. What is happening here? There's a goblin coming and I want him to give me a bag. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's get clobber in the goblin. Glop. having a 404 error. I don't know what you mean by a prime character. I don't know quite what you mean by that. If anything, these goblins have only gotten more popular. I'm pretty impressed. Maybe they'll fall off at the end of the event when most people kind of have the stuff that they were looking for. Although I'm sure some people will want to try to get the bag on as many characters as they can. I think that as word has kind of gotten out about the weak auras that can tell you where the next one's coming, people are more able to more reliably get to them in time. So much sunflower spam. Got the bag first try. Not the thing I actually wanted, which was the charger. Oh, I see it. The word... I was thinking like Twitch Prime, and I thought... I didn't understand. That makes more sense. 17 seconds. Oh no. Oh, jeez. This one's bad. This is actually, working the PC a little bit. I have not seen it like this. I guess it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. There's probably plenty of people that are home and kicking back with coffee just like me. Hey, Hazel, good luck. Oh, holy frame rate Batman. I need my Mer glasses, apparently. Holy moly. Alright, one bag, please. Did I got 50 gold, so I think that's it. I think it's just gold. Let's go someplace. Portal to the unknown. Where am I going? Pandaria. Just got the mace again. Congratulations. Hopefully you can sell it. Oh, this is precisely where I want to be. With the petulant pumpkins. Can I live here? I miss this place. It's so beautiful here. I'll stick her back in Valdrakken. Gorgeous Sunday. Bluebird going up to 30C. Bluebird and going up to 30C. What does Bluebird mean? Like there's... I feel like bluebirds have lots of temperatures. I can't be understanding that right. Miss my farm in Pandaria. Got so mad with raiders taking those portals during Vault of the Incarnates. We definitely had a couple of raiders fall for it. I don't know if it was during Vault. It must have been. We definitely had some people fall for that. All right, let's play a little Hunter. Let's have a little escapism day where we just don't worry about any of the big goals. Just have Hunter pet, shoot things, get experience, level up. Tried solo shuffle my disc, 1 and 5, 2 and 4, the pain. It's ouchy right now. I couldn't spell out for you exactly why, but I was having a similar experience. I haven't solo shuffled in a few days. I do need to make sure, hopefully, ideally off stream, but I do need to make sure that I can whatchamacallit, get at least 2 vault options worth of solo shuffle done before reset so I can get some gear, but it was painful. I had to character unstuck myself. That's why I'm here. Normally I like to leave myself in an inn to get rested, but I absolutely broke my character last night by accident. I was doing a quest in the Waking Shores where it's like the photography one where they want you to bounce up on the spring to go take a photo of a slumbering proto-dragon. And I kind of sort of half-stepped on the spring, and then I got on my dragon riding mount and then went to do it myself, and that absolutely fried the game, and it would not let me do anything. My character was just like freaking out, running back and forth. It couldn't hearth, it couldn't log out, it couldn't jump off, it couldn't mount up, it couldn't do anything because it was just registered as eternally running in place. So I had to, for the first time in a long time, use the character stuck feature, and then got kicked off and did it that way. I suppose I'll do a dragon race in the meantime. I was questing there in the Waking Shores, and I feel like maybe that was my sign to quest somewhere else for a few levels. So here we'll do a nice little dragon race and then see how we feel. See where we wanna go here. Sunny blue sky, no clouds. Ah, I see. Oh, it's one of these ones. That's right. I haven't done this one in a minute. I'm somebody that likes direction. I need the game to tell me where to go. Although, this one's not as bad as the other one. This one I feel like is pretty reasonable. There you go. Nice, easy 10k. Experience, not gold. 500 gold. We got world quests. Do I want to do those? I want to do some... probably actual questing. Also, I have a quest for the Ruby Life Pools. So if I wanted to queue up for just that, I don't know how long it would take them to put me into one of those, but if they did, I could finish that quest, and for some reason that appeals to me, so I'll queue up for that. Do you like being told where to go? By systems, not people. Not individual people that I don't feel have a right to do so, but like, you know, traffic conductors, turn lanes, that kind of thing. Crab-themed hunter. Crustacean has a wide selection of pets. Are they generally, you know, shellfish? They send you to the most random place. I got sent to Westfall many times. If you're below 1,000 rating, what PvP gear does the vault give? I think just like the default unupgraded version of the epic stuff. It's going to be the same PvP item level. It should still be 450 PvP item level, but it'll have a lower regular item level. I don't know exactly what though, off the top of my head. Okay. Oh, I got supplies. What do you do with supplies and alts? I feel like there's good answers and I don't know them offhand. Howdy squad, howdy. Because I have now, okay, not that many actually. I have 1,400 Egnal supplies. Because I've bought a lot of this kind of stuff. I guess I could buy more. I could just pick up a bunch of tufts of wool and feathers and I could just keep buying more recolors of like all of this stuff. That might not be a bad idea just to get it off of the vendor. For a while I was kind of picking and choosing stuff that I knew I might actually want to mog and then avoiding the stuff that I didn't think I was going to come up. But maybe I just want all of it for the sake of having all of it. Cosmetics. Different transmog things. Yeah. Yeah, okay. She has some gold that she could spend too. She's been selling just like bits of herbs and ore. So if I wanted to get a bunch of these things, I could get iridescent plumes. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's do 10 plumes and then 15 primal wool and then get just a bunch of stuff. 10 of these. Ooh, those are a little pricey. Not awful, but something. Recipes and things. Love that you chose to create a Draenei. I think I might have another one in my future too, assuming that this one hasn't burned me out on them. Being able to be a Draenei Warlock. Maybe I'll make a Lightforged Draenei Warlock. just because I can. And then we can get, I don't know if I'll mog them, but I don't know that I won't. I think some of the Centaur shoulders have come up in my mogs once in a while, so helmet could happen, never know. I like these transmog items that you right click and then they disappear to add to your appearance collection. It satisfies me more than when you just equip something and then vendor the relic item. I couldn't really tell you why, it's just, it feels nice. I feel like when they were first trying to make gray and white quality items transmoggable, they were going to make all of them that kind of disappear and then add to your collection thing, and then they got a little ways in and went, oh geez, this isn't going to work. Oh hey, I can Ruby Life Pools. Sure. And then they swapped to just making it work the old-fashioned way, but every now and then I'll pick up like a gray item and it'll just add to my appearance collection, like as though it's a BFA, Shadowlands Covenant mog. Alrighty. Warlock with Space Laser. Finally, my D&D character will have a WoW version. Draenei's the closest to Tiefling. When a Lightforged Draenei summon light demons. The whole purpose of the clickable transmog thing is to be used. Get that completionism rush. It ruins the add-on. I've never heard of that specific one. I've used plenty of auto-vendoring add-ons. I don't know if I've used that one. That's funny. I'm gonna vendor those guys, and I don't need that. I don't need that. Try and keep my bags a tiny bit under control as we go here. I am really over these things. These little fiddly items that you turn in for little fiddly bits of rep with reps that you don't need anymore. They were fine, and farming them was kind of a neat thing to be able to do early in Dragonflight when you really wanted to maximize your when you really wanted to be like maximizing your reputation and your renowns, and like being like, wow, so-and-so's done with that renown already. Thanks. So-and-so's done with that renown already. That's crazy. But now it's like, no. Forget to turn those in all the time now. I could just delete them. There's nothing that says I'm not allowed to delete them. I could just do that. No, I'm not using TSM for now. I swapped to Auctionator because I was mostly using TSM to give me pricing data for Craft Sim, and I started to do so much crafting that I really wanted data that was more up to date. So I wanted to be able to force my own scans, and Auctionator lets me do that really, really comfortably. TSM was also being rude and breaking my UI consistently. Do I want any of these? Does it matter? Are they all awful? I'll take that one. If only the Paragons were worth it at all. I think I don't want the Paragons to be crazy good because I don't want to feel like I really should be going out of my way to do rep. Oh, for a second I thought that was me, but it's not. I should make sure, I should dismiss my pet and then get my ferocity one out so I've got a little bit of leech. And then my taunt auto turned off in dungeons because they do that now, which we appreciate. We like that. I can turn on details just to, I don't know, keep an eye on my level 67 damage. My main dream in life right now is to try my best to get lots of 3-stack of Frenzy uptime. I don't have any weak cores on this character at this time. I had some, but then they broke and I got rid of them. But I do have the little personal resource display. I don't usually use it because I find it a bit redundant in addition to just the regular health bars. But one thing that it does do is it centralizes your Beast Cleave duration and your Frenzy stacks within the default UI without requiring any kind of weak aura. You'll see them over top of that resource display right there. So I've been so I have that turned on my Hunter only. Basically just because it's like a cheapo little version of it. One day I'm sure I'll set up a better weak aura, but that's pretty much all I wanted from it. It's pretty much all I wanted was to have it show me stacks and then durations. So very happy to not have to do Paragons. I think they could make them better without me feeling like I have to do them though. Right now, whenever I turn one in, it's kind of like I feel disappointed in advance. Oh, I can't stun it. Paragons are the rewards that you get for rep past full renown. So you get like your Tuskar renown all the way up to full. And then you get 3 renowns worth after that. Every 7,500 rep following that point is going to give you a bag, basically. A big box of basically not a whole lot. You get a little bit of gold. You might get a Dragon Shard of Knowledge. That could be good. But you don't get a whole lot for them. Weird Paragons give battle pet stuff when a lot of people don't do that. Yeah, that is a bit strange. That is a bit strange. I haven't been in Ruby Life Pools in a hot minute. I have Wailing Arrow, and I think the deal with Wailing Arrow is that you just use it, you know, often. I haven't played a DPS in Dungeons in a great deal of time. It's been a very long time. I used to do a bit of Shadow Priest. I feel, and this is whiny of me, but I feel like I played Shadow Priest through all of my least favorite versions of it, and then just through happenstance, happen chance, whenever they made Shadow Priest actually really cool and fun in a way that I would have enjoyed, it was just the time when I went and decided to go be a holy priest or go be a preservation evoker. Like, I mained Shadow Priest for a long time through some really, really, you know, uncomfortable versions of it. Not like I always had fun or I wouldn't have played it. But there were some versions of it that had some real serious problems that were big thorns in my feet, and then they like fixed all of them right when I left. Nice dungeon when it's not overtuned from a previous Mythic Plus season. How's it feel? It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. I like I mean, I know I'm just leveling, but I've always liked the meter game. I've always liked the trying to do as much damage as you can, and then like you get like a new piece of gear, and then you try and see how much damage you can do. And you know, DPS get really excited about like those poles where there's a bunch of things they can cleave on, and you know, I want to be excited too. I've never fought her in the middle, or at least not for a long time. So I'm imagining there's going to be whelps. Yeah, whelps are coming. I'm going to lose my stack. Yeah, I am. I've lost the boss. I've lost the boss. There we go. I found her. Oh yeah, Beast Cleave. Let's go. Here we go. Happy with that. I like being a Draenei because I have Gift of the Naru. I can heal myself a little bit if I want in between exhilarations. Problems were shadowward pains in this side. Yeah, I used to feel my biggest complaints back in the day, I think, unless I'm just misremembering. One of them was that for a long time, I didn't have any on-demand AoE that I could use to just clear up little things. You know, I'd be Legion and I'd be doing a world quest where I had to kill, you know, 50 teeny tiny imps on the broken shore. And I'd be out there dotting them up one at a time because I didn't even have Mind Seer at the time. It was like all of your AoE was very much on a cooldown, and it wasn't very good. And then and then they, of course, they go ahead and they add Mind Seer, although now they've changed it, but they fixed that. I also used to really struggle in keys because of this hang on a second. Problem of ramp time. Like when I was a Shadow Priest in keys, trash packs would die very quickly. The idea was that the trash packs were very big and they would die very fast. It was almost like a Diablo style round up huge packs of things. People would blow huge damage and they would rinse everything down super quickly with big beams and stuff. It was a very fun playstyle for a lot of people. But for a Shadow Priest that needed to individually dot things, and I needed kind of like 3 target rot over a longer pole, it was miserable. I didn't have time to do anything. And now they've kind of redesigned dungeons a bit where pulls last a little longer. Sometimes pulls are a more manageable amount of mobs because they do things, you know. And Shadow Priests are like quite good in dungeons right now. And I guess I'm curious. I know I'm playing a hunter right now, but I guess I'm just kind of curious about what it feels like because it's been so long. It was my thing once upon a time. And I want to know. I don't know what I want to know. But you still have to be a purple Jigglypuff, so. Dungeon Finder was added in the last patch of Wrath. It was added, I believe, in the ICC patch-ish. It was right about when I started the game. It was right about when I came to the game. I showed up in the game, and then everybody's like, this thing is going down the tubes. That's what they would say. Because people would dungeon find random heroics. You would just run the Nexus all the livelong day. You would get badges and whatever. This priest has one spell you can throw out dot a huge group at once, so it helps. Yeah. They've gotten all kinds of fun toys since I stopped playing them, so maybe I'll poke around on a priest again sometime. I had some notions about leveling an undead priest, but also, how can I be a priest and not be a gnome? You know? What if all I need on a gnome priest is just like a really good transmog? I think part of it is that this patch, this season, has felt a little easier than previous seasons. You know, it feels like we're going to finish clearing the raid somewhat early. It feels like Keystone Master happened very easily, and it sort of feels a little more feasible, I guess, that I might be able to do some of those goals on alts. Like, I might have loads of time where I could do some of those things on alts. And not, have it be like a big deal. You know, I could try to get Keystone Master on my Gnome Priest, or on my Hunter, or on both, or I could try to clear like the normal raid in Pugs or whatever. What spec are you playing? Right now I'm playing BM Hunter. In the expansion as a main in general, I'm a Preservation Evoker. I've been Evoker healing. I hope the tank pulled that. I just started shooting things. Beast Clue's really fun. Meatball Boss is the worst. Meatball Boss. I did a Brackenhide 17 last night, I think. And I was really afraid of it, but it actually went really well. My group's gotten very good. Oh, this meatball. I was thinking of Brackenhide because every time I go in Brackenhide, they call me Clever Meat, and I go, thank you. I work really hard. Had a bot fly scare in the garden, calming myself watching stream. A bot fly scare? What's that? Meatball was the guy from the Brawlers Guild. What was your guys' favorite Brawlers Guild boss? Either for like the fight or just the personality of it. The first thing that comes to mind for me is Dippy. But there must have been other fights that were also good and not just Dippy. Don't Google botfly. Okay, it's awful. Lays eggs in your skin. Oh. That sounds pretty gross. Owie. Tiberon, thank you for the 14-month resub. Guild had a joke that was our raid entrance exam. One-eyed demon who had the horrible minigame. Oh, yeah. That one was something. Also, Vielle, I'm so sorry I missed it. It was like half an hour ago. It was a 5-month resub. Thanks for all the chill mornings. 2 centimeters round. So you would notice them then. It wouldn't sneak up on you. I mean, maybe it would. Oh, dear. I have spider egg sacs hatching, not anywhere on my skin, but just in my garden. But I'm pretty happy about that because they're not going to eat my plants. They're going to eat the stuff that's eating my plants, and they're adorable and they're outside, so they're on my balcony. I was wondering if I could purge the shield off with my trank shot. And I tried. I don't think I did it. I think I must have whiffed it. God, you think they're adorable. I would think they were less cute if they were in my home. But in the outdoors, I think they're all good. Okay. Hiya, Cart. Oh! Oh, I've done wrong. I've sinned. Not so hot in the single target, although I did spend some time fully turtled. Neat. Okay. Thanks, guys. I got a quest I can turn in from that. I think it turns in outside the instance. I think I should leave. Isn't RLP nice as a regular dungeon? I remember when Dragonflight was in beta and I was running the different dungeons on beta, I did Ruby Life Pools and I thought this is going to be everybody's favorite dungeon. Because when it's not at Mythic Plus tuning levels, it's beautiful. It's 3 bosses. It's pretty short. They're interesting fights. You know, it seemed like it was going to be I figured it was going to be the new Maw of Souls. I was wrong. But I saw that and I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be the cat's pajamas. This is going to be the good thing." All right. This is not where I meant to be, but this is where I am now. What are we saying? Can I just do a bunch of these things? Can I solo them? I bet I can solo them. I'm a hunter. I got pets. Maw of Souls, loved that dungeon. One day they were going to bring it back. Maybe. And I'm going to have to remember what's going on in there. It would be better with the motion sickness potion. I used to get a bit seasick at the end of it. I also used to fall into holes in the boat at the end of it, or sometimes the last fight was a bit of a mess for me. I was a bit of a liability. I don't think I told him to summon the boss. Alderman seems so long. Alderman strikes me as long also. I like some of the fights, but I still think Lizard Boy, the Sethrak looking guy, Talduran. I think his bleed is overtuned, and I am sticking with that assumption. Compared to everything else in that dungeon, that thing hurts way too bad. It's awful. Maybe it's been fixed or something, but it was I'm personally wounded. I'm emotionally wounded by that bleed. Alrighty. I thought Maw of Souls had some, like, it was a Mythic Plus at the time. It wasn't like so old that it didn't have anything going on in it. And I remember the bosses at least being no, there was trash that really needed doing as well. I remember the trash in there could get quite messy. I think it's a good key. It's just gloomy. It's like really grim in there. I know it's basically hell, but does it have to be so depressing? Oh dear. The first boss too. No, not the first boss. The second boss on top of the ship when you first get above decks. Oh, my pet's dead. Let's get it back. All right, this is apparently more danger than I thought. One thing I don't have on this hunter at this time in my life is I do not have a tenacity pet. I just don't have one. And I may or may not need one for Field of Frost if I want to try to solo all this. Although, my pet seems fine now. I don't know what it died to. Maybe I just wasn't healing it. I do like the way the Draenei yells. She seems like she's really trying. She's really doing her best out here. Sunday WoW play going well over there? Yeah, it is. I'm having an alt fun day. I'm just leveling a character even just cause I wanna. It's a perfectly good reason to do things in WoW. Wow, her feet look crazy when she backpedals. Is that normal for Draenei? Oh. Yeah, they have the extra joint. They just, it seems like they stretch. Like, it's the way that she flexes her ankles when she's backpedaling. Sometimes I'll look at my cat's legs and I'll be like, where's your knee? Is this your knee? Is that your knee? Because, you know, they have like the double joint kind of situation. And maybe my Draenei has a similar problem. Hooves be funky. Need to apply a heavy boot mug. Yeah, she does kind of look like she's liable to snap. All right, am I happy with that? 12k experience. Oh, my pet died again. I must be just forgetting to heal it.
Hey, how you doing?
I know that this is a find group kind of situation, but why find group when you can just find yourself? I hate these orientation quests. I always end up picking them up. They give almost no experience, and they want you to talk to so many people. I love this boss model, though. It's very oogie boogie. It's extremely oogie boogie. Is there a pet mat from Field of Ferocity? If there is, it's news to me. I just do them for... I'm just here for a little bit of experience leveling. There's often a world quest here. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I think I could do lots of work on my hunter play. Just with this. Just with the personal resource display. Just trying to make sure I'm spending focus and doing my best on my frenzy stacks. I don't think I need to really go all that much farther than that. For a while, anyway. There we go. Let's avoid that this time. just for fun. For a change. Can I stun him? No. No. Why do hunters get a bad rap? They need better beats. I haven't tried MM. I have not tried MM since Shadowlands, so I don't know. I just like, I like the pets aspect. I like the pet class aspect of it. And I heard that BM was in a decent spot, so I figured I would stick with that. We're now an 8. I can't tell if this is decent experience or not. It's not if you have to wait for the arena. Do I need those ones? No. I think we're gonna... I want to go turn in that that Ruby Life Pools quest, because we did the whole Ruby Life Pools just to do that. So we'll go take a look at it. Throwback to older days when they'd pull with their pets in dumb ways. I know that hunters have a reputation, or at least they did in my guild, for being very susceptible to rot damage, in that if the guild was working on like a really difficult boss that we were just kind of borderline progressing on, hunters were always the first targets to die to attrition because they didn't have a whole lot of personal sustain the way that other classes did, so they were a bit squishy. Hunter is also often a class that's promoted to new players, so sometimes they'll have a reputation for being less experienced in the game in general, because not all of them, but for a while anyways, a lot of hunters were more likely to be newbies. So there's that, but yeah, no, I think they're just fun. Has a good skill ceiling. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, we're heading this way. That's right. I don't need to do that. That would get me... I like pet charms, actually. That's 10k experience plus some pet charms. I might stop off to do that. How are we doing experience-wise? We are 79% of our way through our level. Pretty pleased with that. There's... I can't leave the herbs alone. MM is fun. Feels good. Oh, Dream Bloom. Yes, I think I'm really close in my gathering professions in this character to getting gathering while mounted. Okay, I need 10 more points on botany, but mining for whatever reason gets it earlier. Mining gets it at 35, so I just need two more mining points. I could probably stand to just buy the points for metal in Valdrakken. I think I could get away with doing that for mining. The herbs appreciate the attention. I'm just cleaning up the Auchenbloom so that other people don't have to. Have I ever played No Man's Sky? I have not, no. Do you think dragon riding will continue into future expansions? Yeah, I think it will. I think it's going to be an option. I think that they're going to implement this toggle that has been kind of hinted at in data mining that lets you kind of swap between dynamic or static flying, and then hopefully keep working on expanding dynamic flying to more mounts and making sure that new mounts are functional with it. I think static flying is going to be a little bit of a legacy thing that sort of stays in the game as an accessibility option. Yeah, I was going to do the pet battle. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I love training pets in archery. It's the best. Wish the dragons could hover. I don't really miss the hover thing all that much. I feel like I could just land. I know that sometimes if you don't have a safe place to land and like AFK, then that's a thing. But usually you can find a place to just kind of land. I don't know. I'm all right with it, but I know that's a very... You're not the only one that feels that way for sure. Hello. Do I have a team ready for you? What's your name? Yeah, I do have a team ready for you. So, Storm, if you do use your spark and you craft your chest plate and you don't get the top quality thing because your blacksmithing's only medium, you're not going to get the item at the best item level, but it's not a total waste of your spark, because if you later on you get your blacksmith leveled up further or you find a better blacksmith, you can recraft it without needing to use another spark, but you would need to use some more of the other materials. So you can save some gold, basically, by getting it done as best as you can the first time. But but it's not the end of the world if you use a spark and make something that's not perfect, because you can recraft it. I would take a little look-see at a class guide and see what types of gear, what items people craft, because people might be crafting for specific embellishes. There are some special effects that you can only get via crafted gear that are pretty powerful that you might want to use your spark in order to get access to. So I would just like Google your spec name and then like class guide or embellish guide and try to find out what other people are using for embellishes and maybe look for those particular pieces of gear. Yeah, and also being careful about crafting on tier slots. But it's you will get more sparks eventually. It's not the end of the world if you do misuse one. It might be annoying for a bit though. It is good to be cautious with them. I want to Flowers, that's right. I still haven't turned in this Ruby Life Pulse quest. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. I'm trying to remember to just track something and then just track it. Follow the little polyhedron, you know, follow a little arrow. One thing at a time. 0 embellishments? Dodge the system. Yeah, mine are pretty strong. I feel like I get a lot of benefit from my embellishes on my prevoker, but what am I doing? It definitely was something that I needed a lot of help with to get set up with. I was confused. Especially when you start considering that I also wanted a flavor pocket, and then I figured that would count, but it had to be crafted, but it didn't count. It was very, very weird. Hey, there we go. That might be what oh no, I think I need 2 more points. But I think the last profession drop, knowledge drop, gives more than knowledge. I don't know. What quest do I want to do next? Let me see. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I want to get to... I'm very close to my next experience point, so I want to do that. Do I like any of these world quests? I might do that one. Let's go get some fresh fishing steaks. Oh, there's so much so many nodes to gather. The gathering nodes are actually quite good. I get about 10,000 experience, give or take, for doing a quest, and I get 2,500 with my rested for picking a node. So you could kind of see it as having like an eternally refreshing quest that is just pick 4 nodes of any kind. And when you have both mining and herbalism, they're everywhere. You could somewhat feasibly just gather level, but it's definitely a little bit faster if you also include questing. The last one's +3. Yeah, I was thinking because I just got one, I was hoping that because I just got one that was only +1, that meant that there was still at least 1 more drop. Possibly more, but at least 1 more drop that I was going to need. I'm just going to kill these the old-fashioned way. I feel like that's faster and easier than messing around with the harpoon. Yeah. Did that for one of my characters. Find it a little annoying. Have to run 11 to 15 keys. If you want and you're getting more aspect crest than you find you can use, you can break aspect crest down into worm crest. I don't remember how, but it's a thing that you can do. You can break an aspect crest to get worm crest if you really don't want to go do those. Because I understand. It does feel a little bit arbitrary to be dipping into the earlier ones, but that's only if you feel like you've got more aspect crest than you can really make use of. Vendor in the inn of the new zone. Okay. I'm looking forward to level 68. For a while I was following like a talent guide on this hunter, but I've stopped looking at it recently. I'm probably going to need to sort her out a little bit. I like the new talent system a lot, but I really don't do a whole lot of DIY talent builds, and whenever I do, I kind of wish I hadn't. I mostly just grab things I mostly just Google the spec up onto Wowhead and then grab whatever build they want, and that usually does the job for me. I haven't spent a ton of time reading my talents. Better in the long run to run lower keys. I think that there's really a finite amount of crests that you can super make use of because of the upgrade system. And if in some slots, if you feel like you're never going to use those crests, I don't know, it's hard because you need a lot of the crests for crafting. Like if you want to craft 447 gear, then you need 4 aspect crests to make the thingy. So that's kind of where I'm stuck at right now, is I feel like I need tons of them because I just want to make... I want to craft gear at the highest item level, so I haven't turned any in either. I'm kind of right where you are. I should be doing like 16 or 17 keys right now, but I don't want to. I want to play my hunter. I'm sure someone will do keys sometime this weekend. Nice. All right. 296, little item level upgrade, level 68. I don't really know where my points are supposed to be going. I like movement speed. Maybe that's what I want. I could quest in Thaldraszus. I feel like it's a mistake, and I don't know why. It's just very, I don't know, tall up there? What other quest? I feel like the Unarmed Plains is a pretty good spot. Let's go let's go back to the Unarmed Plains. I'm gonna not worry about that one. I had a few of these. Yeah, let's go there. Let's go mess around with Trouble in the Pines. I just need to remember that it's okay to leave things half done. All I'm looking for is experience here. I'm 68. My rested should last me most of the way to 70, even without getting any more. That'll be good. There's a thingy down here, but I'm a little afraid to get it. Oh, I've gone too far. I've gone too far. I'm not ready to go to the caverns yet. I feel like that's a bad idea. Why not buy leveling boost? I am kind of the opposite of the market for the leveling boost. I like leveling more than I like having max level characters. The part that the boost skips you past is the main thing that I actually enjoy the experience of. I have been known to delete endgame characters just so I have mental room to make more. I'm also cheap. There is that. I guess this is not a bad spot for me to take a short break and just let my dragon get some new gas. One sec. Alright. I'm back. I'm giggling at your Rouge conversation. I was going somewhere. I was going to Trouble in the Pines. That's where I was going. My dragons had a good nap. It feels a bit strange not riding the Slitherdrake. I suppose I could ride the Slitherdrake in this character. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. Welcome back. Yeah, I think it's pretty early in the season for me to be feeling this way, but I'm kind of feeling the alt burn. I'm feeling it to the extent that it's hard for me to pick one to work on. Like, the ideal way to do this is just to pick one and make a project. Be like, I want to try and get Keystone Master, or kill every boss in the normal raid, or whatever it may be, on a given character. And then to just kind of work on that until you do it. And then either keep playing that character or then pick something different, depending on what you feel like at the time. The move is probably not to want to play 4 different things at once and then switch between each of them 3 times a day and then get overwhelmed and get nowhere. That's not really my optimal strategy. Did I not buy some diced meat? I meant to buy some diced meat. There we go. How is my hunting? You tell me. What are we doing here? I can't tell. Treat wish. Oh. Oh, doggy. I think that I thought Shikar hunting companions were going to be a bigger deal than they turned out to be. I know that they are useful for doing like outdoor dragonflight rares. That's kind of a thing. Like, you can get Ruby Feast buffs and you can get like hunt buffs from the hunting horde that kind of let you use it whenever. And you can just demolish those rares on your own. But aside from that, I really didn't spend as much time doing those hunts as I thought I was going to. You just described my alt experience. Guild managed to clear the raid yesterday in the very last pull before we stopped. Oh, congratulations. We had a progression kill that was like that. It was our normal Sarkareth kill. It was just like over time, but we were so close, and we did the raid vote to find out, does everybody want to go in one more time? We did. I bet I can make it. Do I bet that I can make it to 70? You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up for a random time walking. That's a lot of experience there if I do it. I think the queue might take a bit, but I'm just going to sit in that queue while I quest and then see how it feels getting into it. See how the dungeon feels doing just in like a random queue without my personal time walking shaman. Realized I can do most of the pet battles. Pets I need are level 5. A lot of modern pet battles will scale down to the level of your pets. So even if you only have level 1s, you should be able to slot them in and make something happen. I don't know how I'm saving them with a stick, but I will take it. Maybe I'm saving them with a whistle. Time walking's been quite fast, but like 4 months since I was on retail. Feels like almost 1 level per. I think that I like questing, and I have this, I don't know, time walking. I always wanted it to be better than it was. I know it's better than like most of the other ways of questing, but for how highly it is spoken of by everybody, I wanted it to be like really, really good, and it's pretty good. And I wanted it to be like 2 levels per dungeon. Or I wanted the dungeons to go by in like 4 minutes and 30 seconds each, which really only happens if you bring your personal time walking shaman. So I think that I just had unrealistic expectations. Wish every single rep was on time walking. I haven't done a proper old rep grind in a long time. I used to do rep grinds used to be more tied. I mean, I guess the snail thing was a rep. Technically. I guess that was a rep grind. I don't know. Didn't give me the same feeling I used to get. Don't get me wrong, I like Big Slick. I should use him in dungeons some. I don't feel like I've really gotten to know him since I picked him up. I wonder what the average queue time situation is. It says 10 minutes for a DPS queue. But I would love to be able to get this character to 70 on stream today. I don't know how likely that is. I would have 90 minutes basically to do a little under 2 levels, but if I do the time walking dungeon, that would help. that would be good. Did you finish the new reps? Not completely. I am renown 15, I think, with the Niffin, so I've got 5 points left to go. And I have not been grinding like the horn events in the Zerlite Caverns, little ones on the map. I've just been kind of doing the weeklies and calling it good from there. Level characters to 70 for the Frank Assaults. Leather customizations are there. 3 time walking instances per level. Because I feel like questing is really good if only... Hey, the treasure goblin's gonna spawn in here. I feel like questing is really good if only I was faster at it. Like if only I was a little bit more focused. I don't think that doing the goblin is worthwhile for experience. It gives barely any experience to the character that hits it. It is worthwhile if I want a chance at a big bag. I get distracted by world quests because they sound like such a good idea, but they're usually quite a bit slower for experience than just doing like the original quest. Especially if you could do the original ones in like little batches. I might be able to just swing by it and gather on the way though. If the goblin's right there, if I've like tripped and fallen on a treasure goblin, I kind of don't want to not kill it. I feel like this one might be destiny. This one might be meant to be. And I could gather while I wait for it. That would be something. Because it's going to be probably like 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. I like the raft quest for leveling. Yeah, I like the dragon riding and the rafts. Not so much the rock climbing. The rock climbing's okay. But they take a little tiny bit longer. I already have the mount from the goblin, so I'm set there. I want chances at the Wirt's legs, and I want the bag is what I'm still missing. Everything else I believe I have. How long are we saying on this? 2.5 minutes. I can just do a little bit of gathering while I wait. Lucky. Well, I had a lot of it from previous promotions. The old Hearthstone toy, the 12-string guitar, the mount, different Diablo promotions over the years have given, like, bunches of this stuff. I got the pet and the new transmogs on my first, like, 2 kills of the goblins in the first day. That was pretty lucky. Oh, that's a Rouse seedling. Not a reskin? No, it's returning. There's also hints that it may hit the trading post, so if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. It seems quite likely that it might return on the trading post. 1.5 minutes? Should I wait? Farming Island expeditions, done about 15, still no mounts. The best way to get island mounts is by spending your expedition doubloons on the boxes, the doubloon boxes. I did a video on it way back in the day, but basically you get extra doubloons by researching the doubloon hunting research trait on your BFA boat, and then you spend your doubloons to buy these caches that have a much better chance to get the cosmetics. I got most of my mounts that way. The actual island itself can drop them, but it's quite rare. WoW has goblins in more ways than one. There's like goblins, like no, that's a gnome. I'm looking for a goblin. They're not wildly played actually. They're around, but they're not the most popular race. But we're having a treasure goblin event. Oh no! Oh no, someone declined the queue. It's my time walking queue. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh jeez. 20 seconds. I want to kill the goblin before I do the dungeon, but I don't want to miss my queue that I've been waiting for. Typical DPS queue timing. Oh, what would you guys do? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hope that they just blow it right up. If I miss the queue, I'll just re-queue and I'll keep questing. I want to try and loot this goblin. Oh, I got the bag! I didn't get the queue, but I got the bag! I got the bag on my ult! Alright, well, let's queue up again. Worth it. Worth it. Not even mad at that. Let me see. Let me swap it out for my first Wildercloth bag, I guess. That's a 32 slot that we're gonna swap out for a 34 slot. Alright. In the meantime, World Quest. That's okay. I am a Preservation Evoker main. I'm a healer main. I've been playing Evoker for Dragonflight so far. There's a weak aura that tells you where the goblins are gonna be. I don't have it on this character right now. I just happened to see the portal on my map. But there's weak auras floating around. There's also a spreadsheet. Okay, so this one we're doing honey plums. That's right. You don't even have to use the extra action button. You can just kind of. Want to try Shaman? Hate being so bad at grinding level and reps at new character. Whenever I switch mains, which I've done a number of times at this point in my life, I just leave my reps behind and I don't regrind them. I just let them go. I figure all of the cosmetics that I got from doing that rep I have on my account. The memories I have of doing that rep will either never leave me or they've already left, and I will almost never repeat a rep grind. I've just let go of needing to have them all shown in one character. Oh, kitty cat. Timer and Wowhead now? Oh. I can't believe I got the bag. I want it on my Evoker, man. This hunter is unlikely to become my main. It is highly unlikely to become my main. I think it could be a beloved alt. I think I could do some cool alt dungeons and raid with it, but I don't know about yeah. No, you can't trade the bag. It is a soulbound, unique equipped. You got to get it to drop on the character that you want it on. I'm double checking that now. I just barely missed the queue too. Haversack. Bind on pickup, yeah. Soul binds. Hunters make great alts, but I am biased. Yeah, I want to mess around with Hunter. I want to mess around with Shadow Priest, and I want to mess around a little bit with Holy Priest as well. And then I guess a tiny bit Warlock, but that's mostly just because I want to make a Draenei Warlock or a Lightforged Draenei Warlock. Something like that. Alrighty, we did our world quest. We got our 10,000 experience. I'm sitting at 27% of my way through this level. Let's go back to Marukai and figure out some more quests. Gotten into my main and 2 alts so far. What should I do with my leveled allied races? Making my character screen look messy. New transmugs. We'll give them a little makeover. Yeah, we need this for the tour. Plus we get more supplies.
How is your health? Get some rest.
I just barely missed that queue too. It's okay. There'll be more queues. It's not like Time Walking's going anywhere. And even more supplies. So we've done the orientation. They want me to get a honey plum tart. I don't know if this is the best quest line. It's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. Just gotta pick up one thing at a time.
I have something for you. My good.
Honey plum tart sounds pretty good. I want to make some pastry. I want to try and make a quiche in my cast iron pan. I baked the cherry pie that I did recently in the cast iron pan, and it put like a really, really nice color on the crust. It did a really good job cooking the pastry. And I want to try it with like a savory thing now, and I have a bunch of eggs. I bought a couple dozen eggs last time I was at the store because they were mildly on sale. Yak milk pudding? Okay.
Let us trade.
Sour, sweet, and delicious.
Ah, it's you. Come back with more coin.
They're having you run all over the place here. I kind of thought I'd be able to buy Arbog's horns from somebody. I didn't realize. Look at this poor guy. He's put braids in his hair. It feels mean to kill a yak with braided, with you know, this thing. It's really cute. Really delicious gluten and dairy-free lemon crinkle cookies. Light and fluffy. It was amazing. That sounds awesome. I'm having a teeny baking renaissance. It's a very slow one, but I'm excited about it. I think watching Bake Off has done it to me again. I also want to try making like an egg custard just to find out if I can do it without scrambling them. Just to find out if I have the patience to do it properly. Quiche Lorraine. That sounds familiar. I don't know if I know it offhand. I usually do like a spinach cheese quiche though, which I feel like might be related. Do you know how long it took him to get that braided? Don't have opposable thumbs. He just he would spun around in the spot and let the wind twist his hairs into place. Which used to be how I felt. Was the only way I would ever get my hair braided once upon a time.
Time is money, friend.
Started watching the Great Canadian One. Strange to see the same format with Canadian accents. Did you like it? Is it good? I've never seen it, but it's around, and I've been wondering if it's got the same, if it scratches the same itch or not. Sometimes localizations of shows like that don't come off very well, or they don't have any of the charm of the original. All right, buddy. Oh, well, it's okay. Favorite cooking show is Iron Chef Japan. Get some more French Canadian charm. I could see the appeal of that. All right. Is this going to be worth it? Probably not. No, it's 55 experience. I'm not even going to keep that in my quest log. I'm not even gonna. We're not going there. Oh, I think I've misdirected to my pet. I didn't mean to do that. I have my misdirect macro. I just Googled it. But it's one of these ones that will misdirect my focus if I have one and my pet if I don't have a focus. So if I want to be misdirecting the tank, I just need to remember to set them as my focus at the beginning of the key and then the dungeon, not get too far behind them. Quiche with bacon, Swiss cheese. Oh, I see. I don't do bacon myself, but there might be like a plant-based alternative. People do crazy things with beets. Oh, I'm not the only hunter in here. Competition. Do you ever feel that way? You ever get into like a pug and you find somebody else in there that's of your exact same class and or spec? No, that's a Marks hunter. But you immediately just think there can only be one, even though that's clearly not true. Doesn't happen a lot for Holy Priest. Yeah. In a raid, maybe. In like a raid pug. Or an LFR. But yeah, maybe not so much in dungeons. Get that in world boss fights? I always feel like I need to out-TPS them. I did miss DPSing a bit. I think it's high time that I have a DPS ult. I'm not going to worry too much about Holy Priest right now, but I'm going to mess around, I think, with the Hunter, maybe a Shadow Priest, and see if I find something that I like doing. Oh, I'm DPSing the Lurking Tempest is what I'm doing. That's no good. 25% haste buff whenever another Warlock is in a party. That's just how it is. Alrighty. Come on, pets. Come on. This way. Guys! Oh. That's funny. They were very upset at that Lurking Tempest. I could probably stand to make a couple of macros. You can control your pets with your little pet action bar, like I did there, but I used to have some macros to have my pets either attack something or stop attacking something, just so that I could kind of like point them around with just regular keybinds. Can you play Disc Priest? I've tried. It makes me feel like I'm stupid. Oh, I haven't. I guess I just decided that one healing priest spec was enough, and that I liked Holy, so I've never really given Disc Priest a fair shake. I've just kind of let it be, and pretend it doesn't exist. In the key, it's pretty fun doing this one and trying to keep the whole group in the green circle just to try and keep up with the damage, because on a good fortified key, that Dragon's Breath really hurts. Or not the breath, but the unavoidable thing. Did they take these orbs out? I feel like those aren't in the Mythic Plus version. I'm in Time Walking right now, so it's a bit different, but because it's a current key dungeon, I can pretend that I'm in a Mythic Plus. Dragon is currently standing in the healing puddle. That's not gonna work out. They did take out the orbs. It's gonna be weird doing the old version of Alteris. I'd say as long as I'm winning, but I think we've left our other hunter behind. I don't think they're with us currently. It's not exactly fair. Chaos Buddhist, thank you very much for the 2-month reset. Appreciate it. Oh, they're back. They're back. Where are my pets? They're around. They're hopefully around. They're not still. They're not still with the orbs. Oy. I can't blame pet AI for that one. I think that's all me. It's like, where are they? I've lost my kids. 2 aisles down in the frozen fruit section, just picking out raspberries. Alright, let's see if we can stay upwind. That at least is still a thing. Yeah. We like this. Boss over. Problem solved. Most of my attacks macroed with pet attack to make sure they stay with what I'm doing. I used to like having it on a separate button just so that if I wanted to, and it was like a different version of the spec, I think, but sometimes I wanted to swap to a target, but I didn't want to make but they were like standing quite far apart, and I didn't want to make my pets have to run the, you know, the Iron Man just to, just to stick with the thing. But I almost never have had the presence of mind to actually micromanage my pets to the extent that I wish I wanted to. I also don't think you need to for most levels of gameplay. I could probably stand to just slam a pet attack into... I mean, I think Kill Command kind of has it innately, but into, like my Barb Shot or something. The Iditarod, that's what I was going to say. Not the Iron Man. The one with the puppies. I mean, they're not puppies. They're adult athletic dogs, but you know what I mean. This trash pack and then the other one that has the same mechanic where you have to hide in the thing is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It absolutely murders people, and it gets me every time. I've died too. I have definitely like gotten distracted or forgotten, or like the first time in here I didn't know. It has gotten me too, but for whatever reason, whenever somebody gets absolutely nuked by the thing, or they just don't get out before he lights it up, it's just so funny to me because it's so violent. It's like so much damage, and they never know what happened. Mine was a puppy for all 11 of his years. With the race restrictions being removed from classes, what do you think the most rare race class combo will be? Like, of the classes that have had the race restrictions removed, I'm guessing. Well, not stuff like druids. It's probably going to be some kind of like a... Some kind of a weird mage, maybe? Or some kind of a weird mage. I feel like mages are more likely to pick, like, quote-unquote classic races for it. So I feel like you're not going to see a ton of, like, Tauren mages. But there is at least one. They exist. They're out there. I feel like there's more Tauren rogues just for the irony of it. You know, I think that people are actually quite excited about Tauren rogues just because they're funny looking. I want to be a Mechanome druid so bad. Oh, I was trying to fling myself forward. I did a bad job. So I'm going to try and keep an eye at where my experience is. We are at like 50%. I'm basically halfway through my level coming up on the end of this dungeon. I want to see what the end sort of bit does for me here. Oh, I can just kick Chain Lightning on this difficulty. Probably just stick to the boss, eh? What? I'm well practiced. Yeah, 76. So you get a quarter level just for the end thing. That may have been just for the first one in a day. I'll take a look. More Tauren mages. It has the best DPS racial. Really? What is it? I think I need to give up on this Field of Ferocity quest. I think that with people around, it's kind of more trouble than it's worth. Because yeah, if I did another one, you do get 92 every time. So you get a quarter level for finishing the dungeon. And then you get somewhere around a quarter level for doing the dungeon. It's not bad. It's not bad leveling. And especially if you're just kind of like, you know, enjoying the dungeons and just kicking back and taking it pretty easy. I don't know if it's as fast as like concentrated questing though, if somebody was questing with like real vigor and determination. Let's see. I have basically like an hour. And I want to try and get this last level done. How long did that time walking quest take, or time walking dungeon take, though? I was in the dungeon for like what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? I guess I don't know. I didn't check what time I went in. Increased crit damage or something. Oh. All right. Well, then outside of Torn Mage, what else would it be? I'm trying to think of races that maybe wouldn't make a lot of sense as like a priest. I feel like people make priests of anything, though. I don't see a ton of troll priests, but they've been around for ages. That's not even like a new thing. Watched back in BFA every YouTube video. Helped me to get back in the game. Oh, cheers. Few utility queue, back-to-back time walking, about 4 hours, no breaks. Oh, I need this. Orc mages. I always get shocked comments in my old one. Don't see a lot of Worgen priests. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I don't see a lot of those either. I think I've seen some Worgen shadow priests, actually. I don't know if I've seen an awful lot of Worgen holy priests, or like dis priests even.
The weather is turning.
Okay.
Show me your hands.
Had a Worgen lock for a while. Worgen lock sounds rare. With the new engineer toy that changes your raise, I've seen everything. I like that one because while I'm in that transform, I can be in combat, I can be doing my evoker thing, and I can be casting all of my evoker spells without needing to be in my Drakthir form. So I can just be like an orc, just spitting out dream breaths. It's pretty good. My favorite is when I get a gnome, but you don't get a gnome very often. I forgot about Volpera. They're a thing. I completely forgot about them. You see them sometimes. They're around. People play Volpera. All right. 84%. I think that once I get to level 69, I'll you'll have the end in sight, so I'll be able to really, I'll feel it. We'll feel the burn. Giant long-eared sewer rats. Oh, someone's gonna want you to take that back. Okay, let's make sure. How much stuff can I get away with pulling? Probably not that much stuff. I think that my pet can only tank so much, especially when she's not a tenacity pet. Yeah, I would like to open Visage Form for all races. I think it'd be cool. I would be a gnome for sure. Gnome Voker. We need more. Yeah, I gotta click on those guys. Pets can kind of AoE tank, yeah. They can hold aggro, you give them a little bit of a leg up with misdirection, and then they're like beast cleaving and whatnot. It's just a question of whether or not they survive. But yeah, it's usually not a big deal as long as you don't go too crazy. Any more rubble? More rubble? It's a little tiny bit hard to see. There's some. Pick one race in WoW that isn't a playable race for them to make into a playable race. I would want dryads like Tarandrella and the Myloon. That's what I want. I think that'd be cool. I want to be a gnome mushroomy druid. We need to not have that quest on me. That's going to confuse me. That's going to confuse me. We won't worry about those two.
We are eternal.
Gnome Druid would be a nice baby kitten instead of a cat form. I used to gun for mecha forms. I think it was when Overwatch was out and it was, you know, recently popular, and I really liked the idea of how D.Va gets into her mech. I wanted gnomes to get into like a mecha cat or a mecha bear and start tanking. Just get access to all the druid stuff, but they're just getting into like a... Because they have models already for mechanical, like rabbits and bears and cats and... Well, actually, I don't know if there is a mecha bear. It feels like there would be. Can I not? Okay, I see. I feel like I should sit in queue for another one. Oh, I see. I thought I had to break all the whelps, but I was supposed to not break all the whelps out. That's the idea. Howdy, folks. Howdy. A druid class in D&D with spores and mushrooms. I was going to say, we don't have any fungal mancers in WoW, but that's not true. we had actual mushroom people in Shadowlands. We had we had my mushroom grandfather. Fungal mancers went as far back as TBC in class. Oh. That's cool. Yeah, the BOD voice line stuff was cool. The lines. The other one I liked was on the Mechagon Island. There were different things they would say if you were on specific mounts near the boss. I'm forgetting the exact function of it, but I remember he would kind of roast you. Finally got my 2-piece. Congratulations. Nice 2-piece too. Oh, there's Firek. I guess the assault's there. That does give experience as well, but I don't know if it's worth. I think that it's a bit slow. I have a hard time spending my focus fast enough. I don't know if I've ever, at higher levels with higher levels of talent points, run out of focus. I find that maybe I'm just standing around too long waiting for other things to happen, but it seems very hard to do. Thunder, thank you for the 22-month resub. Cobra shot going. I guess so. I just feel like I've got other stuff to do with my globals. I guess I'm just not Cobra shotting enough. Okay.
Greetings.
Very good. Getting to 96. We're almost to our last level. I want to do the Field of Ferocity, but it's a mistake. It's a total mistake. Let's go that way. Crawdor Caversack on my first treasure goblin. Congratulations, Y. That's awesome. That's good luck. That is some good luck there. I just got my first one of the event so far today, and I got it on I got it on this hunter. At least I have one, I suppose. You just made me want to go level my third hunter out. Real question is, what race are you going for? Human? Oh, nice. Hey, I got my iridescent ore. Oh, I'm gonna be able to pick up ore nodes without getting off my mount now because I can finish. Yeah, there we go. I can finally mine while mounted, and then I get an extra 50 deafness too. So I suppose I want to go into finesse. Seems reasonable. That's a fast time walking Q pop. Oh no, it's Throne of Tides though. You just have to hope it's fast. I'm not picking up those quests. We're just gonna hope for the best. This will definitely get me to 69. I just need to crank. Big damage. Make it happen. Oh, I was a little late to stop that healing wave. Throne of the elevator. Throne of don't miss the elevator. Got the pet last night from the treasure goblin right before bed. Is there like mining competitive experience? Are the mining nodes that good? That's I don't have mining on my current main. I have herb. And the herb nodes in there are like a little bit few and far between. Waking Shores mining / herbing was quite good, but I was I don't think it was as fast as questing. Plus you get coins. I'm glad this elevator doesn't squish you. I still can't believe I got that bag. I got that bag on not the right. I mean, it's not the wrong character. It's fine. She can use it, but all right. Come on, elevator. I'm waiting. There we go. Find it annoying how they introduce the veins, but there's none. Gotten unreasonably lucky with bags like 10 plus. Holy moly. I feel like you must be doing a lot of goblins. That is a lot of bags, though. I just want one of my main. I just want one of my evoker. Maybe one of my priests, too, actually. My gnome priest. Somebody or another got the ice crown bag from whatever pre-patch event that was. Got them on more than a third of the kills you've done. Holy moly. Keep swapping tunes when I get the bag. Yeah, I've been doing my first kill on my evoker for that chance. I'm gonna stick my target to the spirit mender here. I'm gonna go in with a wailing arrow. Oh, my heirloom pop killed a couple of them. That's got to be some decent damage. And then I'll get a little bit of crazy main stat bonus from the little buff that you get, burst of knowledge. Yeah, Shadowlands pre-patch. So I think it would have been my human priest that I got that one on, because that was when I was switching from being a gnome to a human. Oh, I've lost my pet. Tank's really brave. All right, last level. I think the rested's gonna last me. I think that's gonna work. I don't know what I'm supposed to take here. as far as I know, Zimtro, it is per day per account. I have that blue post in a in a little folder on my computer because I used it when I was making that video. The wording of the first sentence was kind of wonky, but they said that kills and alts will have it is per day per account. Oh, bad time to use that thing. I could probably stand to trap one of them, couldn't I? I don't think that Throne of Tides is the luckiest get in terms of time walking dungeon for leveling speed. Could be worse. This is kind of a cool fight. I like this one. I used to tank this on like prop paladin alts, and I was very excited about just dragging him slowly around the room to try to maximize space. Ah! Excuse me. Unhand me. At once. You're ruining my frenzy stacks. End time's potentially the quickest. Like 6 minutes. Is that if people divide and conquer? Hopefully they don't want to do the bonus boss. Just head left. Do I know how much knowledge a week is possible? I don't know the flat number off the top of my head because you can get technically infinite knowledge by farming dragon shards of knowledge if you're lucky with those drops. I guess not infinite because there's only so many places you can get those. I use the week or a Tama's Dragonflight Helper to show me which profession knowledge sources I haven't done yet for the week. It'll show you which points you can still get and from where. So for alchemy, it'll say I need 2 more from expedition packs. I need to get my treatise. I need to go loot a decayed phlegm, etc. The weak core is called Tama's Dragonflight Helper. Does a good job. With Evokers getting a new spec, what are some other classes y'all would like to see new specs of? Tank Shaman's a favorite, but I would love to see a holy-based DPS spec for Priest. Oh. I'm going to try and brainstorm another healer, because I like healers. I like having healer options. I don't know why this is so painful. Who else would I want to be able to have heal? I was about to say shamans. They can already do it. I've always wanted kind of a hybrid spec, and I don't know if I would want it put onto priest or hunter, but you know how Tyrande is kind of like a priest slash hunter, and Vol'jin is kind of like a shadow priest slash hunter? I always kind of wanted there to be some kind of a priest hunter hybrid that could kind of do a little bit of both, but I think I'm out of luck. Make them meme real warrior bandage spec. He just whips out like a fanny pack, and he's got like a little thing of Neosporin, and oh man. Yeah, I think they could do like a cool kind of a blood mage spec, the blood mage class that has a healing spec that is different enough from existing things. You could kind of cannibalize a little bit out of Shadow Priest and a little bit out of Death Knights and make something cool. I don't know if they would do it though. That was what I always used to play in Dragon Age. I always played a blood mage spec in Dragon Age. That was like my thing. Yeah, Death Knights are still a thing. They're around. Time healing mages since vanilla. I think Evokers might have eaten your lunch on that one. Yeah, it would be cool. I think I agree with you, DDS. It would also be a nice opportunity for glaives to be used by more than just the one class.
My waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. Behold the power of pure water.
I'm tall. Can't play DK because of limited mobility. As a druid made it feel so bad. Yeah. I think it might... Well... But these days, priests can have angelic feather and body and soul. Huh? How are you? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I'm all right. I'm going that way. So we are... Yeah, it was pretty good. 39%. I'll sit in queue for another one. I'll do it. I always wanted a throwing spec to give me that Warcraft 2 Troll Axe Thrower Warcraft 3 Headhunter vibe. Oh, that'd be quite... That'd be neat. Yeah, throwing weapons haven't been a huge deal in the modern game. Well, I guess I don't play a rogue. Maybe they really like throwing their little throwing knife. Maybe it's good stuff. What's that for? Ooh, I could get a pet charm from that. I like pet charms. I spend them. I like feeling like I'm replenishing my pet charm supplies a tiny bit because I spend big chunks of them just buying leveling stones to level up my pets. I'm too lazy to level my pets the old-fashioned ways now. It's just too many pet charms in the world. Yeah, we can totally get to 70 today. We can do it. I know we can. I have the Goblin Week course. Says Thaldraszus in 10 minutes. Cannot see the portal anywhere. If it's in 10 minutes, the portal won't be up yet. The portal you won't see it until actually half past, like in 10 minutes you can start looking for the portal, and even then it might take like an extra minute or so to show up on the map. That's all. Got a Night Fae soul from time walking? Yep. Yeah, if you left your covenant as Night Fae, that can happen. It was happening to me and my druid as well. Oh, I got a recipe for a celebratory cake. Low-key addicted to looting dirt piles again. I haven't gone dirt farming in a hot minute. I guess I haven't been carrying a shovel around. That's probably why. Do I have a strat for this guy? I do have a save team for him. Nice, okay. Always forget to grab shovels. Yeah, I found the portals can be like a minute and a half late and even showing up. I don't know what's up with that. They were more on the ball at the beginning of the event. It's got like the clock's running just a tiny bit slow. Do you ever get in a WoW funk where nothing tickles your fancy anymore? Not where nothing. Sometimes the thing that I've been doing will kind of stop doing it for me, and then I pivot to doing something else. And then sometimes I'll scale back my WoW playing a bit. Like sometimes I'll be super into it. I'll play on stream, and then I'll play off stream, and then I'll play at the nighttime. And then sometimes I'll go through windows where I'll kind of play on stream, and then maybe for raid night. But otherwise, I might play other games or spend more time like outside. I just kind of, I mean, it sounds selfish, but I just kind of do whatever I want. There's so many different things to do in WoW, though, and I think I'm lucky in that I just kind of happen to like almost all of them, and alts can entertain me to no end, so I very rarely run out of stuff that I want to do in the game. We had a right on timer one last night in Stormwind. Alright, that's gonna give a bit of experience. Little bit. Oh, alright, what else do I want to do? Not the Elite World quest. That's a mistake. I'm gonna head to the Disgruntled Initiate quest. That's what I'm gonna do. But if we find any herbs in the way, we can do them. Outside? I know, right? I actually spend a not unreasonable amount of time outside. I know you'd never tell, but it's just because your girl loves her sunscreen and her big hats and cover-up layers. I don't get a lot of sun, but I go out in it and then hide from it in my clothes. Wanted, yeah. Yeah, I could probably solo a wanted quest. Oh, it's 30k. Maybe not. That's a lot of experience. It's tempting. How scary could you possibly be? Very. That's a 500,000 health. I am only level 69. Okay, let me pick off this thing first. I don't have a tank pet. You can do it. I'm gonna try. It's probably a mistake, but I'm gonna give it a go anyway. Just seeing how long it takes me to damage down this thing. Alright, go for it. I want to make the ducky go away, just so there's one less thing on me. I think we're doing okay. Yeah, easy. That's nice. That's like a third of a time walking dungeons bonus just for that one wanted quest. Can't choose a main. Many level 70 characters. Can you give me tips to choose? What I tell people is narrow it down as much as you can by thinking about what kind of playstyle you like. Do you want to be a ranged, melee, healer, tank? Is there like a type of transmog that you like? Is there a aesthetic that you like? And then if you've got it narrowed down as much as you can and you really can't choose, then it means that you'd probably be happy with any of them. And flip a coin, spin a wheel, slash roll. If it gets that close that you can't pick, then you'd probably be fine with whatever. So just let fate decide and then stick with it. But definitely narrow it down as much as you can first. I don't have a crafting profession. I do not. I am herb mining on this character. Up to no good. Good one, game. You got me. I think it'll be really fun working on gearing up an alt. I think that'll be really cool. Especially because all of the discounts, the gear discounts, the upgrade discounts should be account wide. Maybe she won't need crests. Maybe I'm confused. I guess I'll find out when I actually play her, but I thought that the upgrade discounts were account wide. But then what would I need? I would never need crests again, wouldn't I? What gear discounts? The gear discounts you get, or the upgrade discounts rather. Gear is the wrong word. Well, we've made it to end times. That's something. Crests per character, flight stones reduced by 60%. Okay, that makes more sense. I can work with that. How much of a trouble are flight stones anyways? Maybe more on alts.
I sense
Chance for the mount to drop on alts if I've already done it on my main with the goblins. There is a chance. It's not as strong as your first chance per day, but it can still happen. It does still have a chance to drop. It would also have the same chance to drop on your main. You don't need to log on to different characters to do it. You could just keep farming on the same character. The bonus chance is just once per day per account. Oh, I've gone too far. I've also told my pet to tank, which isn't exactly, not exactly good. Yeah, you could use alts just to have them wait in each zone. That is true. That would save a bit of travel time. Swap tunes during a key to do it during a key. Oh man, that's commitment. Holy smokes. Uh-oh. Kill it.
What have I done? Forgive me,
Do I have flight stones already? No. I don't think they're going to let me start collecting those until endgame. But yeah, I do have a bunch of these Shadowflame residue sacks. Those will have some flight stones in them for sure. I don't know if I want to see this dungeon come back as a key. It feels very fragmented to me. I don't like the rotating boss. I don't like any fights really where they have rotating bosses. I like the boss being the same every week and every time that you do it. Karazhan's opera was not my favorite cup of tea. Probably be static like they did in Freehold. I guess so, but opera wasn't that long ago. And the Freehold boss is a little... It's a tiny bit different. It's not that different. Did you get your smoldering ember worm? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I had that when the first time around with Legion Kara. Oh, we're doing it. Sick of killing goblins. The mount's the only thing I need for the past 2 days. I hope you get it soon. Good luck. If you're having trouble finding the event, I would just double check where it's going to be next, because you're only going to be able to see the portal when you're in the zone and when it's like a couple minutes away from spawning. So to find out which zone it's going to be, you can check the Wowhead front page. There's a Google Doc floating around. I was using a weak word that would just kind of put it on my screen directly. But you're not going to be able to see the portal, even if you're looking at the correct zone, unless you're in the zone and it's just about to come up. Thoughts on the rare spawn changes in Zarelek? What are the rare spawn changes in Zarelek? I don't know if I knew. What did they do? What are the differences? Lynx will get eaten. Lynx get automatically devoured in stream. They will not stand. I did a YouTube video recently that has all the links in the description. Should be pretty close to the top of my YouTube channel page. And then Wowhead also has it just on their front page. All right. Did we get them all? We need one more. Is that it?
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, okay.
End this crime with my life. Leave now, before we come to blows. I hate resorting to violence.
Hi, Jaina. I wonder if we're gonna get that cat.
Why won't you give up?
That'll make it more exciting. Jesse sub, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad.
Perhaps this will cool your heads.
I always thought that was a really cool mechanic appearance. I mean, painful if it hits you, but it looks beautiful.
Stand now. Farewell.
It's weird not having a res on hand to just like help pick people up after the fight. Or even just like a spammable heal. I can use my little gift of the Naru, and that's what we got.
Fall unwitting like a blind, writhing worm towards endless madness and despair. I have witnessed the true end.
I feel like 100% mount drops are less enticing.
This is a blessing you simply cannot comprehend.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one because not only was the mount available, like 16% or so of people already had the mount before the event started from the annual pass back in like 2012. And then I heard, and I didn't remember seeing this personally, but that they were selling it on the shop just as a shop mount somewhat recently, which makes it a weird candidate. Like I know that they've been exercising their right to give anything away for free that they like, but it's just a little bit strange. All right, so for this one, do I have? Yeah, I do actually. I can lust. Because I know that we can reset coolies in this fight. I've stood in something. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Powers of the hourglass do nothing to me.
Oh, does it not reset your lust anymore? I feel like that used to take off like your sated buff. Used to? Gotcha. Yeah, well,
Not what you have
we still won. Cool.
at last it has come to pass.
Jump out of there and see how close we are. Looks like 93%. That's actually really good. We're almost there. Remember in catted double lusting? What am I doing here? Intact skulls. Sometimes I have this problem where when I'm leveling like this and I'm really close to the end of my leveling grind, I lose my mind for the last like 5% and I try to get the last bit of experience doing something stupid. Like I'll be like, I'm so close I can get it with the Westfall pet battle, and then I'll abandon like a perfectly good source of leveling because I have this weird idea that it's going to be faster to like drop everything and go do something random. I don't know what happens to me, but I'm just going to try and stick with the quest that I was already in the middle of. Tanner, thank you for the 30-month resub. 30 months, holy moly. Done that before. Usually it's if I really didn't want to be questing wherever I was questing. So like maybe I was leveling through Cataclysm zones. I was in the Twilight Highlands. I really didn't want to be there anymore, that kind of thing. I think I can probably stand to stick around here, even if these look like long quests. I'm tempted to just run around and pick herbs, though. Usually what I would do is I would, like, check the math. You know, I'd, like, find out, all right, so I need another, like, 30,000, 28,000 experience. I'm going to get 2,500 every time. So it's like 11 herbs, 12 herbs. Surely that's faster. Actually, 12 herbs does sound faster than trying to finish any of these quests. Especially if we're also counting ore. Never done Twilight Highlands. Is it awful? It's not awful. It's just, it was an endgame zone. It was the last, or like the last leveling zone in Cataclysm. It had, what was wrong with Twilight Highlands? Why did I not like it? It just felt messier compared to some of the earlier zones. Oldham and Hazel, and to some extent the first half of Deepholm, had really nice, concise, tight questing, and then Highlands just kind of got like spread out. It had a couple of quests that were real-time syncs, that kind of thing. A lot of cinematics, very slow, yeah. Alright, intact skulls. Who's got a skull? You got a skull? Come here. Oh, my Nurmuk! I'm sorry. That may have been biting off a little more than I could chew. Managed to get mounts from Nalik, Shaw, and Hulan the past week. Oh, congrats! Yeah, I didn't use Chromie Time to get those, but I did get them with the new drop rate, just farming them on alts in the last, somewhat recently, couple of months. 3 more of these guys. Didn't like the water zone. I think the water zone, Vashir, really cool, not efficient questing. The third dimension was a bit of a mess, and it was a bit tough. I mean, honestly, it had some of the same problems with like Waking Shores does, of like finding caves and a lot of verticality, except that in Vashir they were nervous enough about it that whenever they had a cave you needed to find, they would put big neon, you know, coral fronds on the front of it to be like, hey, this is a cave you need to go in. Whereas I feel like in Dragonflight, you've got almost that same level of verticality that you had when you were swimming. You're just going faster on a dragon, but it's way harder to find caves than it used to be. Yeah, I think Vashir was cool. It was just not efficient leveling compared to Hyjal, and because it was a leveling zone, it got a bad rap for that. It had one job, and it was not as good at that job as the other option was. Early Hyjal is really efficient. I found I used to do a lot of leveling there. Hey! We did it! 20 minutes to spare, too! You didn't like Oldham? I loved the first half of Oldham. I would skip the Harrison Jones quest line, but I would go right up to that battle in the Sand City, and I always found that was really good. Yeah, I wouldn't touch the Harrison Jones stuff with the 10-foot pole, but the other parts of it, there was a couple of batches of really nice dense questing, and you got decent gold for it too. Okay, all right. My heirlooms are 329 and they must go. There's not really a whole lot of point in me like equipping all this time walking stuff. I think what I need to do is clean out my quest log. Just dump all of it. Let it all go for a start. Secondly, mail myself some stuff. First of all, actually, I have a weapon. I have some 402 veteran gloves from I got those from the Frank Assault while I was leveling, so I can wear that. I can wear these 411 shoulders, again from the Frank Assault, and then I have this 379 bow, so that's a start. We can open the bags and get some crests and some flight stones. The check mark on the items is from Can I Mog It? It's tracking whether or not I know those appearances. Happy with that. The one in the middle of Zarelek. No, that's Researchers Under Fire. Frank is up here. Frank is the overworld assault. Okay. Let me evolve Draken myself and send myself some basic stuff. I may as well send myself the Forbidden Reach alt gear because, you know, what else are you going to do with it? I don't know why I'm insisting on equipping these time walking items. It's because they're higher item level and they're going to be an upgrade for me for all of 6 seconds because I'm about to mail myself some Primalist gear. Oh, geez. I have, we got to keep the bags clean. We gotta keep on top of that as we go here. Don't need that. .306 bracers? Sure, yeah, give them just for a second. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Get rid of that heirloom, get rid of that heirloom. Okay. Go mail a nice kit of stuff. See what kind of item level I can do. Primalist Gear's 385. The time walking stuff I had in my bags was from like before I was max level. So it was 360 something. But someone's got to use it. I've got bags and bags full of it on my bank haul. Where is my bank haul, by the way? There she is. Moment I knew there was a wisdom buff, just delayed all leveling. Yeah, that's the efficient move for sure. That's definitely smart. Okay. Is that mail? It's leather. There's an Agi trinket I can send her. Actually, a 379 Agi trinket. Because I was saving some of these explorer items too. Those greens aren't bad. Because I can upgrade those. Those will upgrade past what the Primalist gear is worth. Mastery, range defensive. Maybe I want to give her that one and that one. Well, actually, that's a tanking trinket, isn't it? Taking damage melee. Yeah, that's not good. We're going to do maybe those two. Plate 1, leather polearm. There's a ring and some mail cuffs. Yeah, that'll be good. And then in my bank, if we're looking at Primalist gear, I can give her a second ring. Gloves. Pants. Shoulders. I don't think she needs all of it, but I mean, I have so many, I may as well. Storm Petal, thank you for the 26-month resub. Like, I know she definitely won't need this, but that's okay. chest piece and a helmet. Why not? And then she doesn't need... I'm not going to worry about a primalist weapon. I think I'm going to upgrade that explorer weapon that she has now. Just to get her off to a good start. Shouldn't cost too many flight stones. So let's do this big bag of stuff. Should help. I'm gonna have to fix up her mug. Weird thing. What's up, Buttercup? You can't T-Mog and WoW, but you can in Final Fantasy. Why can't you T-Mog and WoW? Just takes a little imagination. I get what you mean, though. Final Fantasy had beautiful outfits. They had some really nice stuff. Okay. Item level 343. Item level 344. This is going to be a bit of a process. 345. 50. 56. I think that's... The shoulders are actually not worth... Yeah, no. And then slap a ring on, 365. Put these bracers on. 64, but we'll upgrade them, don't worry. I won't even equip that. Throw a trinket on, 367. Legs in a second ring. You have to reach level 70 before you can do dungeon raids. You can do dungeons while you're leveling up. Raids, and like raids with other players are an end game thing. They're a max level thing. You might be able to run some older raids on your own if you just want to see them, but most normal raiding is an end game thing. Okay. Did I put it all on? I'm at level 375. I'm remarkable looking. Item level 377, that's better. And then we can pop in to an item upgrader. Well, she only has 158 flight stones. I know there's discounts, but that still might not go far enough. I think I would maybe focus them on my little blaster. My little gun might be good. Have to see here. I'm sure I can get flight stones from all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I like default bags. I've never felt a need for a bag add-on. I know people like Addy bags and Bagnon, but I'm good with this. This has been working for me. I have been using Auctionator recently, which has been good. Makes it nice and easy to post things. I don't like combined bags. I like having lots of separate bags as opposed to one big bag. I'm the same way in real life. I would rather have like 5 pockets where I know what's in each pocket, as opposed to having one gigantic thing with no pockets and just the abyss. Every now and then I'll log in and the settings have decided to choose for me to combine my bags into a mega bag, and I hate it and I immediately put it back. It's just a preference thing. I don't think either way is better or worse. All right, what can I afford to do that I want to do? I mean, you're gonna get more flight stones. It's no big problem. But yeah, I think weapon is probably a smart thing to invest in. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? You can get more flight stones. I need to fix her mog. So she's grown up now, so she could have a grown-up transmog if she wants. Draenei, speak to me. What do you want? I guess I'll just put her old outfit on for now. I haven't made a hunter mog in a long time. I don't even know what I like to wear in them anymore. My completed sets are a bit, I don't know, they just don't seem very me. This looks funny. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just leave that be. So on a brand new character, actually I should turn in that Time Walking Weekly. I just want to make sure that I don't have anything she doesn't need so that I can keep track of the things that she does need to do, because I'm sure she's going to need or want to do lots of different bits and pieces. I'm at level 378, but I bet I could get that up in a hurry. We're not going to worry about that. So campaign-wise, they want to send us to the... That's going to be for the Forbidden Reach. I feel like I cannot. I feel like I don't need to do the Forbidden Reach. But I'm sure they won't let me just not do it at all. Sad I missed the Harley Quinn Clown Transmog. Yeah, that was a trading post one. I bet they rotate it back around again one day. One day. Favorite set is the Giant Stalker set for Hunter. I used to really like wearing old PvP sets, and there was like a bow. Let me find it. My favorite Hunter bow to transmog. There's like a lot of good ones, but I used to really like putting on... Here, you can't miss it. This guy. I like this thing because it's dripping, and because it's doing that, and because it's doing that, you know? It's like a big old... I guess I thought it was a scorpion, but it's not exactly a scorpion, is it? Forbidden Reach for Annulet? Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, that is a good point. I'm probably going to take some time to make my peace with having to go back and do that again. I even have extra keys. I could just send keys to my hunter. I have like 110 keys still. Looks like from early Pandaria, the bug people. Finding random things, looking it up, getting a new mount for your time. Terrified of bugs. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be Hermog, but it's an option. It's up there. It is raining right now. I don't know if I've seen rain this much in Veldraken. I am going to call it for now, though. I am quite pleased with my new level 70. It's one more character we can do Nighthold runs on every week. That brings me to 5. I have 5 70s now. I've got my Evoker, Druid, Hunter, Priest, and a Warrior. 2 Gnomes, a Draenei, Night Elf, and a Drakthir. Everyone else is still between 60, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters that still need leveling. Not counting whenever I'm going to decide to level somebody named Shellfish. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I hope you have a fantastic remainder of your weekend. I will be back on Wednesday for the start of the Hazel week. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.